Robert.
I'm James.
Together we're the Robert James Workshop.
We're standing here in front of Alice in Wonderland, which was one of our first pieces.
Indeed, yeah.
That we made, wasn't it, Bob? And we've brought her to Abbotsbury Subtropical Gardens, and these gardens are just amazing for our statues.
Yeah, it's an ideal setting for them. They were purposely made for scenarios like this.
Yeah. It's the gardens just take your imagination here. You just don't know what's around the next corner. We love making stories, and stories are a kind of a wonderful setting in a garden like this, aren't they, Bob?
And together we'll take you on a story around Abbotsbury Tropical Gardens and the sculptures we made.
So you have to be mad, according to the Cheshire Cat, to come here. And he's an amazing character in this garden. Alice is looking up at him from over there. And some people might see him, they might not see him because he blends in so well with these large tree ferns. But, or palms. I'm not a gardener. I'm a sculptor, sorry. And we modelled him largely from my own cat, Chester. He was a big ginger Tom. And we put him on walls, on the boughs of trees. He's a great character.
The two go very well together. Alice needs a focus to be looking at, and the cat, of course, is the very thing in the book that incites her curiosity. It would incite mine too if he looked like that.
Yeah. And of course he disappears. So you have to look very carefully for him.
Yes.
He vanishes. So down the rabbit hole, first chapter, Alice in Wonderland. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeked into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations?
So this character actually leads Alice down the rabbit hole, and he's a delightful character to do. We actually worked from life, drawing rabbits for quite a while before we embarked on the piece of sculpture, just to get some idea of the nature and character of rabbits. So here we are at the beginning of our journey.
He's quite a nervous character, isn't he, Bob?
He is. He's very nervous, and he's very mindful of always being late, which is quite characteristic of us, really. No, it's not.
We're never late.
No, we're never late. Okay. So take us on the journey, Mr. Rabbit.
They all crowded round her once more, while the Dodo solemnly presented the thimble, saying, "We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble." And when it had finished this short speech, they all cheered.
So here's the enigmatic Dodo. An interesting character for us, because we couldn't actually find one to draw. However, from various illustrations from history and the illustrations provided by Tenniel, we generated this piece of sculpture of the Dodo. And he is an enigmatic character, quite noble and quite pompous, really. And of course he starts the caucus race. And we're not going to race around, we're going to gently walk.
It's a race with no beginning, no end. And the winner, whoever that might be, gets a thimble.
And who would not want a thimble, James? So, having made the Dodo Esquire, we had clients who said we really like the Dodo, but given the size of our gardens, we really would like bigger dodos. So hence we embarked upon these two dodos here, and of course they have a baby, a chick, down at the bottom. Yeah, a favourite of our clients. Bright beaks.
Yeah, I particularly like the fact that you've got this bright, beautiful duck egg plumage, and then their proud beaks in bronze. It really sets it off. Glints. It's fantastic. And in this light here at Abbotsbury, there's a tunnel of light that comes down that illuminates them. And a couple of months ago, when the camellias were out, you had this pink haze. It's magical.
So that's about the size, we believe, of the actual dodo when it was in existence. Good morning.
Mr. Jeremy Fisher shoved the boat out again a little way and dropped in the bait. There was a bite almost directly. The float gave a tremendous bobbit. "A minnow! A minnow! I have him by the nose!" cried Mr. Jeremy Fisher, jerking up his rod. But what a horrible surprise! Instead of a smooth, fat minnow, Mr. Jeremy landed little Jack Sharp, the stickleback, covered with spines.
If we could have envisaged a perfect setting while making him in the workshop, it couldn't be better than this. This is a delightful setting for the character. And of course we turn it into a water feature with the impish stickleback squirting water on his back. So yeah.
It's great fun. It is great fun.
Great fun. Love making him.
And we can fit him into most garden ponds, can't we?
We can. Yeah. We have been in garden ponds that up to the knee and up to the neck. A bit of a shock now and again.
Especially in February.
February is not a good month for sighting Jeremy Fisher in a deep pond. But hey, we've done it.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah. Love this character. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a £5 note. The owl looked up at the stars above and sang to a small guitar. "Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, what a beautiful pussy you are."
Pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we've tarried, but what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy-wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose.
"Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" Said the piggy, "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. And hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon.
So, when Jemima reached the top of the hill, she saw a wood in the distance. She thought that it looked a safe, quiet spot.
And here we are.
Jemima puddled up.
In the wood. Of course, if we looked behind the tree, we'd probably find Mr. Todd lurking. Yes.
Yeah, he'd be curious. He'd be looking at her with his sandy whiskers.
And licking his lips, of course.
Definitely, but she wouldn't know quite what was in his mind.
No, I think she's so preoccupied with her little journey that she has no idea what's behind her.
Or what's in store.
No.
Quite scary.
Yeah. So if we walk very quietly round the corner without making too much noise, we'd probably discover Peter Rabbit. And of course, as usual, he's munching away at Mr. McGregor's garden.
Yeah, he's got some radishes there, isn't it? You'd think he'd have enough of radishes, but he doesn't seem to.
No, I think it's his favourite. Yeah.
He's got an eye on everyone right now. Such a great character.
Let's pass him by. So here we have currently our largest water feature, which graces quite a number of gardens.
It's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party.
Yeah, the Mad Hatter is obviously mad and the hare is malevolent. Yeah.
They're trying to wake up the dormouse, very unsuccessfully.
I actually come from an area where they used to make felt hats, and of course it's believed that the mercury they used in the felt hat industry was the very substance that turned the mind of the Mad Hatter. Hopefully I haven't got any in my blood, but that's debatable according to James.
Mad as a Hatter. Okay, so the Robert James Wonderland Sculpture Trail is here at Abbotsbury, permanent exhibition. Please book online with Abbotsbury Subtropical Gardens on their website. It's open daily, and if you'd like to make an appointment to see Robert or I here at the workshop, please do give us a call on our website www.robertjamesworkshop.com. Send us an email and we'd be more than happy to meet you here and take you around this amazing garden with our hopefully enjoyable statues.
Looking forward to seeing you.